Hello folks, this is Aditya Najha from InspiredToRise.com, and today we have the Asus Zenfone 3 here with us for a detailed hands-on review of the same. So guys, let's begin. The Asus Zenfone 3 comes in two models. The one that we are showing over here is the one with a 5.2-inch display with a 1080p resolution and a pixel density of 424 ppi, and it comes protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 3. On the bottom we have the USB Type-C port and the speaker grill along with the antenna bands. On the top also we have the antenna bands and the 3.5mm jack on this one. On the left hand side we have the SIM tray slot for this device, and it's a dual SIM device. And on the right hand side we have the power button and the volume rocker for this device, which can be seen over here. It has a nice metallic finish. On the back we have the concentric circle design, and you get the fingerprint sensor along with the camera bump. It comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 octa-core chipset, Adreno 506 GPU, 32GB of internal storage, 3GB of RAM, micro SD expandable storage up to 256GB through the hybrid SIM tray slot, and it has almost all of the sensors needed for a good experience, good VR experience and everything. It scored around 62,110 on the AnTuTu benchmark, which is a good score but not really high, and 50.1 frames per second on the Nina Mark II benchmark, which is not that great score. In terms of camera quality, it comes with a 16 megapixel f2.0 aperture camera which has 4x OIS, so that's something quite good when compared to the iPhone 6 and 6s. The images taken from this camera were really shake proof and were good enough. The secondary camera is a 8 megapixel camera with a f2.0 aperture, and in terms of video, it supports maximum of 1080p video at 30 frames per second. It has got quite a lot of modes, as we have already seen in the Zen UI in their past few smartphones, and it comes with a lot of different features and filters also for your smartphone image taking experience. This smartphone also supports 24-bit 192 kHz audio. Now let's just check the picture quality. Abhishek Bhatnagar from Gadgets to Use is standing far over there in the back, but still the clarity is quite good, and you can see the other people also making videos, and they are visible clearly, though the dynamic range is a little bit less in this photograph. In this photograph the color saturation etc feels nice. These flowers are coming quite good. The color was almost accurate to the real life color for this one. The camera comes with dual LED dual tone flash, and it comes with face detection autofocus or laser detection autofocus depending upon the model that you have. There are two models, the 5.2 inch and the 5.5 inch model, and the selfie camera also works great enough on this one. The camera module is almost similar on both of these models, and let's just test the sound quality.
Here we go.
Sound output was good, but as I have seen in most of the speakers, bass was missing on this one. And the Zen UI, it comes with Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow as the base, and the Zen UI 3.0 this time around feels quite polished, and bloatware is still there. This is one of my major gripes and major issues with the Zen UI that I feel is almost persistent all of the time, that there is a lot of bloatware in the Zen UI. You get a lot of pre-installed applications, though you can disable them, but still it's a hassle to disable all of these applications, and there are some applications which can't even be disabled. But apart from that, what I found out during my limited period with this smartphone was that it was good enough. These are the 5.2 and the 5.5 inch models. When placed side by side, you can see the size difference, and both are good enough, and there is a pricing difference between both of these. Overall, this smartphone is a good one, but still the pricing is something which makes it somewhat less desirable, even despite the good hardware and the metallic build. The pricing is 27,999 for the 4GB RAM model with 5.5 inch display, and 21,999 for the 3GB RAM model with the 5.2 inch display. The build quality, the design, everything on the smartphone is quite premium, but still the pricing is something which makes it less desirable, and Asus needs to get it right. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Aditya Najha from InspiredToRise.com signing off folks. Stay inspired to us.